Gear Seekers, I'm Nick. If you're wondering what I'm doing and where I'm standing in the kind of doorway to a room that we have in our house. And if you've been wondering why we haven't been doing any monitor content or any keyboard content, I'm gonna show you into our secret shame as to why we haven't been doing this over the last few months. Should I do this, Claire?
It's because we're filthy.
Should I show them the secret shame? Okay, here's the secret shame.
It's you.
Yay, it's me. Well, come for a walk. Come have a look. Okay, so this is the streaming room that we built last year, but as you can see, it's turned into storage.
Wait, there's no NDA stuff in here, right?
Oh no, nothing here is covered under NDA.
Should have checked that first.
I usually keep that stuff in my office. This is not my office, but as you can see, like these shelves, these are the old shelves that were in the studio with all the products before, and we're like, hey, you know what, we should put that in that room to add extra storage to go up, and then like just have this extra storage. But the problem is, all it is like small stuff that we either bought or stuff that we reviewed ages ago, and just like mouse pads and GPUs that no one wants. It's a Titan.
It's my old one.
But just like a bunch of stuff we've reviewed basically since 2018. Every keyboard we've ever done on the channel is in this room somehow. Now the shelves are looking a little bit bare because Claire already started moving stuff out. The plan is we're going to take these apart. We're going to put these into our other storage that's not in the house. We're going to revitalize this room a bit. We might rotate this desk setup to go this way and turn this into our monitor and keyboard review set and make, you see like how the light's nice and warm there? We want to make it a bit more warm and inviting in here with that type of lighting setup. So less of the RGB bling and more about being like lifestyle and minimalistic and all that. But this is not very minimalist, right? So we need to change all of that. So let's get into it. Let's start making a mess. Even the gaming PC that we had here is completely just in pieces. So we need to build a new PC for here, which I've got plans for that I've been thinking about for months already. We need to move all of this shit out. We just got to get it done because I've been trying to build this set for the longest time. We were even going to do like white tabletops in here, but IKEA is out of stock Australia-wide of like every tabletop, so we're just going to keep it nice and dark and warm. Like computers. This is Claire's computer. Oh, Claire, you want to know the funniest thing? You know the other day when we were looking for those LL fans?
No, they're in there.
They're in here.
Why are there LL fans in there?
There's 2 LL fans in here.
Why are they in there?
Oh, why? Well, they're not the white ones, but the black ones that we couldn't find were in here. And I was like, I swear I had heaps more of them. Yeah, this is our VR/TV unit PC that we got a PS5, so this kind of got...
But I play Beat Saber on that.
Yeah, well, that's going into your office now. Claire's doing a VR setup in her office because she wants to play more Beat Saber. So I'm going to upgrade this in a video soon too. Okay, maybe we don't have Claire hold the camera now, so I can pass her stuff. Here you go, Claire. Have a keyboard that never released.
Hey, sometimes we get cool stuff.
People think we're shills if we get sent stuff that we didn't ask for. Well, that's the thing, guys. Sometimes we get sent stuff we don't ask for it. It just arrives and you're like, yeah, that's cool.
We appreciate it.
We appreciate it. It's cool. People have been saying to me that they like this kind of stuff. Oh, here's something that maybe you can see just out of frame, but this has been sitting here for the longest time, and you guys have been asking for this review for ages, and we legitimately, it's been sitting in this hovel of a room. It's the Aorus FI27QX. I've never even opened it, so I expect that in a couple of weeks when I actually get around to using it after we finish this room. That's a brand new monitor. Brand spanker.
I've been so busy.
Oh, I have to do everything around here myself. Well, that's actually quite heavy.
I moved that in there by myself.
How? My wrist is sore from skateboarding. This is the worst video ever. I keep saying this is actually the worst. No one wants to watch this. They don't want to watch me move boxes around to build out a new setup. No one wants to see that.
I'm kind of enjoying it.
Take that while you're at it.
I'll break you.
Oh, we're gonna have to clean all the walls in here. This is horrible.
Watch out.
Oh, there is so much work to do.
Watch out.
Oh no, what have I done? I have a bunch of cables.
Just what I always wanted.
Yep. I'm gonna carry a computer.
Oh, cat.
There's a cat. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna plug in all these dongles. Don't know what they're for. Don't know where they're from. Don't know where they go. But we'll plug them all into this one computer. And then, there you go. Now we won't lose the dongles. Here's the soundbar. We have to review this soon too.
Sounds like fun.
Here's a... Look, have another Titan. SLI that-ish. Pew, 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 pew. Thanks to Shan. She sent us these, one of our patrons and float plane supporters.
And coolest person on the planet.
There's another one. Oh, it looks like you're playing Doom. That's actually kind of sick. That looks so cool.
This is why we never get anything done.
Oh, look at this, guys. A 1080 Ti.
No!
No, I dropped a 1080 Ti.
F's in the chat.
Jokes, just the cooler. I always forget this one. Oh, this is a 4850 AMD. Well, this is an ATI Radeon.
It's quite dusty.
Dusty. Here's for you camera gear nerds out there. This is one of the monitors that we use. We actually use this to reconfigure RGB if it's derping out once we're about to film as well. We just plug in this little monitor. Lots of stuff we've never done videos about that we just never got around to.
I hope people don't think this is us being like...
No, the thing is, like, what you guys need to remember as well is we get sent a lot of unsolicited stuff. So some of the companies have our address and they won't ask us. They'll just send it, and I don't agree to do anything some of the time. So
that's what I mean. I hope people... I don't want it to come off as in we're being spoiled or anything.
No, we just
physically don't get time to cover.
We don't get time. But we're going to be covering a lot more keyboards and stuff. I like doing keyboards. Keyboards are fun. I'm into keyboards, but not custom keyboards. And I know there's always like people like, oh, you know, custom keyboard, lube the switches, all this stuff. I'm not really that interested. That's my daily driver.
There's plenty of channels.
That's the best keyboard ever made.
Yeah, but there's plenty of other channels.
Yeah, there's plenty of other channels to cover it, but this is the best keyboard ever.
Spread the love.
Just buy that keyboard.
No.
How is there more keyboards?
There's so many more. I think there's more on my shelf.
I know. How do you expect us to make the worst video that we've ever made with you being on the shelf? How do you expect us to do that? You're sleepy. She does this when she's sleepy. She's not grumpy, she's literally just tired. Out come the other ones, just like the other. Wow, this room is bigger again. This is our last bit of secret shame, right? This corner that we've completely just wasted for the last year. In this box lies part of our new storage, but also we're going to be reviewing this. It's a new Acer Store NAS. It's a 10-bay NAS with like a Xeon and stuff in it. This streaming setup isn't going anywhere, okay? We're still going to have this hardware in here, but we're going to optimize this so we can swap stuff in and out in terms of like reviewing monitors and that kind of stuff. And already we've got heaps more space with all that stuff gone. So yeah, that's why we've decided to do it that way. We're going to make all the cables for all the monitors easy to unplug, everything to be super accessible. So probably what I'm going to do is the setup will sit away from the wall. There's a cat. So I can climb underneath the desk and unplug stuff really easily. This makes it a bit harder. Doing it the other way is going to make it easier, hopefully. It's about 4 hours later. Yeah, Internet Time Machine's really, really great. Basically what we did is everything that you can't see on camera, we completely gutted the room mostly. We actually tore down all the shelves that we pulled out of here, put a lot of stuff into storage.
Your shirt's dirty.
Is it?
Yeah.
Alright, well yeah, we did all that, and that took us about 4 hours, and now it's time to actually tackle the setup. So why don't we do it, Claire? You ready?
Yeah, let's
You have to be on camera now.
Let's do it, baby.
Cause oh baby, oh wouldn't you love that? Alright, we're gonna pull these down. too hard, right? You just, I mean, I'm an idiot. I forgot to unplug the Ethernet cable out of the keystone in the wall. But yeah, and we had a little bit of, I don't know. You guys saw the time lapse. It looked really quick, but the time machine of the internet's a really great thing. Basically, done. Now, all the king's horses and all the king's men, gotta put this shit back together again. Alright ladies and gents, it's the next day. As you can tell, I'm wearing a different shirt, so it's definitely the next day. And I started editing this video already, and it turns out that this is probably going to be the most boring Gear Seekers video ever. Well, for me at least. But maybe not for you guys. Maybe you might learn something. I don't know. Or you might like a behind the scenes look at all of our literal crap. But what I'm going to do today, and I'm going to try and finish this off, there's a few things to check off the list. The first thing is, I need to clear this whole desk off. I'm going to make the desk as clean as possible with as least as possible stuff on it that lives on the desk permanently. This mouse pad's going to go, this keyboard's going to go. Probably keep that mouse because it's wireless, and like I said, wireless is better for us doing reviews and moving stuff around. I would love to have got a set of drawers for this corner here, but the Alex drawers from IKEA, I don't think they have them in black, and even if they did, there's nothing in stock at IKEA at the moment, so we're absolutely rooted for that. These Elgato key lights, don't mind the sound of the washing machine in the background. Cable, like extension cables that are routed in strategic parts of the room, because it's only like one set of power points in here. So I want to have it so I can plug stuff in wherever I need to if I'm filming stuff. So if I use DC couplers a lot of the time for the camera, so the cameras don't run off batteries. So we have them all plugged in all the time so it doesn't accidentally lose power or whatnot, blah, blah, blah. Yada yada yada, removing basically everything to make it look as clean as possible. That monitor's going, and it's literally going to have this monitor that sits here if I'm going to be gaming or streaming, but if I'm reviewing stuff, obviously it's going to be really easy to unplug, which is why I put it back on the regular mount a couple months ago, not on the Visa setup that we had before. It's just really inconvenient if we're swapping stuff in and out all the time. Now there's lots of room for us to move camera gear in and filming gear in and out of the room, and the hallway into here is quite long, so I can shoot the camera further back, punch in with the footage, nice shallow depth of field, make it look nice and warm and large in here, because that's the biggest problem in our house, is making everything look big and large. And yeah, and I just wanted to look better for you guys, because I'm gonna time lapse the rest of the day, because the first 12 minutes of this video, as you've already seen, well, I've already edited the first half, it's just nothing. So maybe I'll cut that down still, but let's say what I always say and just get into it. Also, just quickly, excuse the plumber's crack. Yeah, I actually cut some plumber's crack out. But yeah, excuse the plumber's crack. This whole thing is taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to take, but what we actually ended up doing, and we didn't do this on camera, we didn't film it, it was just, it's a little bit frustrating because there's so much work to do, and I didn't think it was going to take this long, and it was kind of like, every time we decided to move something else or do something else, we had to make it fit some other way or whatever. So we're not even close to being finished. I pulled all the hooks down off the walls that were holding up the acoustic treatment. We washed the walls, we repainted and cleaned up a few of the blemishes on the walls. I put the hooks at a new height, so it's a little bit higher now, which is going to be nicer for filming. It's going to be a bit more challenging for lighting, but I mean, that's kind of our expertise, like that's our thing with lighting. So we should be okay, but now literally all we need to do is put everything back in the way that we want it to be in the final version of this. Now, there's a few things that we're not going to be able to do in this video, and obviously we're not going to be able to build a PC. The idea is really to have as little as possible on the desk at all times, because we're going to start doing a bit of laptop stuff too, and I'm going to film that here as well, because yeah, it's a nice clean space to do that kind of content. So I'm going to just push on. We'll see what happens. It's like well into the second day of doing this, and it doesn't look like much on video, but it's been a lot of work. This is basically the setup here. I just got this set up in the meantime because I'm going to finish the video out here, but this video has taken a lot longer, and this whole like really simple process has taken a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. But I'll quickly just walk you through everything. It's not quite finished, but we've got like the PC set up. As you can see, there's no PC here at all. That's because I changed my mind on the PC situation. So instead of using the Meshlicious, I went with the NR200 that we already had, and I've actually built all the computers and stuff into that, and the encoding PC is behind everything. If I need to pull stuff up, I can lift it up between the gap and have all the streaming gear there and ready. The boom arm for the mic is mounted there, but basically everything else is hidden in that. Right, and that's the monitor for the encoding PC. But yeah, like I said, everything is hidden inside those drawers and those shelves. So I've integrated everything into there. That's why it took so long. And the cable management is mostly done. There's not a lot going on here, but as you can see, there's extension cables running on the ground. Sorry about the lighting and stuff. It's just set up for the next bit. And yeah, I've just got extension cables and stuff running, so I can finally power stuff in this space. I think the space looks pretty good. I mean, it's quite hard to see from this angle, but let's whip around and take a look at what it would look like on the A-cam. Switching over to the A-cam, this is kind of an example of how this setup's gonna look. I mean, this is just one angle, but there's so much space in here, although it doesn't look like it, I can move cameras around and film a lot of different ways. And that's kind of what I wanted in here, was just to have more flexibility with the limited space that we have in our house. And now that everything's put away and there's not much else to do other than add a few more permanent lights, which I'm gonna cover in a second part. I always say I'm gonna do a second part, and then like it takes me ages to do a second part, but because we're gonna be using this set so quickly after making this first part, I will go through the second part really soon, so probably in the next week or so. But I really like have to add quite a lot more to this to get it up to where we need to use it, because yeah, we have all those monitors to cover. We've got a stack of new keyboards to show you guys as well. We've got some new speakers and stuff we're going to be covering over on MainBot as well. So yeah, we're going to use this set for mainly that purpose as well. And you probably noticed that on the desk itself, when I did the last bit of shots, that I didn't have heaps on top of the desk, right? That's because if I need to swap a monitor out, it's going to be easier. If I need to add another color tabletop on top of that, I can do that really easily too without changing the whole desk. And that's really the main point of this setup. It's to be super versatile. It's supposed to look clean on camera. It's going to be a messy space because there's going to be gear moving around all the time. But on camera, it's going to look clean. That's what I said 50 times, and now I'm repeating myself because this video and this whole build process has taken way longer than I anticipated. But as far as building another PC, like I talked about a little bit earlier on in the video, I'm going to upgrade our NR200 system that we had before. There's no GPU in it at the moment. I'm running off the Intel integrated graphics. just to get the wallpaper up and just to have a little bit of eye candy in the background. I'll put a link to that wallpaper in the description if you guys want it as well. But yeah, that's basically it from us. And this is why we haven't uploaded this week, because this process, it honestly, it doesn't look like that much, but the amount of time it takes to organize all of this stuff and move stuff and pack stuff away and move stuff to our storage, it just takes forever. Like right now, it's almost 5 p.m. the next day. I thought this would take us like 2 or 3 hours, or maybe 3 or 4 hours max to sort this whole space out. It's taken almost 2 days. So yeah, I'm done. I'm over it. I always do these videos and I'm like, oh yeah, you know, it's gonna be quick, but no, it always takes so long to organize any of this stuff. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, and I didn't really show much, it's basically just hanging out with me while I did stuff. Hit the like button. If you hated it, hit the dislike button twice. Also, I've rebooted my own personal channel where it's just skateboarding content. I haven't talked about it at all in any video. If you want to check out that channel, there is a link down below in the description. And yeah, it's basically just weekly skateboarding content. It's like, you know how I've been telling you guys I go out and skate every week, blah, blah, blah. Well, instead of me making like a Patreon and float plane only thing, I've rebooted my old channel and I'm just going to put that type of content there for everyone to see. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I can't believe there's no cat walking around in the background or something. She's been doing it the whole other time through this video.
Space jumps.
Oh. Nah, she already did good ones.
Ready?
Whoa, that was awesome.
That was a good one.